Thanks for logging on to myfoxhurricane.com. So we now have that newly formed tropical depression number 13. Now this is that area we've been talking about for days now. Invest 95 that was working its way off the coast of Africa. And many of the computer models really strongly agreeing that this system was going to develop, and not only develop, but it's going to be working its way through an area where conditions are really conducive to sea development. So this is likely to become a tropical storm in very short order and eventually a hurricane, and not only a hurricane, but we're expecting already, we're talking about a major hurricane working its way through the Atlantic. Major hurricane means it's either a Category 3 or above. We're also watching this other wave working its way off the coastline, and then here you actually have the remnants of once Hurricane Franklin. As that works its way a little further to the south, working its way over some warmer waters, that may try and reacquire some tropical characteristics. So here is a closer view of now TD13 getting better organized, but already you can see that low-level circulation with this. It has a little bit of light wind shear that's going over this system, but as that continues to lessen, the conditions are just going to continue to become even more favorable for this system. So right now, winds are at 35 miles an hour. It's still way, way out into the Atlantic, but this is expected to strengthen pretty quickly as we go through the next several days. And we've seen really good agreement with the models. Really, so many of these models suggesting that this was going to become a major hurricane, which is kind of unusual to expect to see so early on, to see all the models so bullish on that whole idea of this becoming a major hurricane. But look at this, by the time we get into Sunday, we're talking about a Category 4 hurricane moving just to the north of the islands. Issue is, it is close enough to the islands, and we do see enough spread in the models that it could still affect some of these islands. After that, the players will have a ridge to the north and a trough off the east coast, so that's going to tend to steer this back to the north. So here's a look at those models, and you can see in the short term, very good agreement. Then you start to see some of that spread in this. So with that spread, this could become a little bit more of an issue for some of these islands. That's why they will continue to watch it. And then you see that towards the end, that turn more towards the north. So here's how it all kind of plays out. Looking at this as the Fox model, I've highlighted the area that we're talking about. To the north, there's that ridge. You can see this trough right through here. Now watch as I play through time. It basically stays to the south of this ridge, but this trough here is eventually going to pick this system up and steer it more towards the north. It's all about how strong is this ridge and how strong is this trough, and then it basically just goes in the weakness in between those, and that's going to be what steers this system as we go through the next week to 10 days. So we're going to watch this very closely, and we'll keep you updated right here on myfoxhurricane.com.